You know Kaufman's number? What's your number?
333. We're based off of Maybe.
Yeah, I think
Sorry.
Based out of where?
Maybe.
Maybe.
this one was in Kaufman.
Maybe I'm done. Something every time the wind starts blowing hard.
I was out in it today and
My body starts rejecting it, so. And it's funny because it's a thing, like mine starts first, and then typically Shannon is next. You can hear him in his office, he's sneezing and hacking, and then Chief Stevens comes down and both his eyes are blood red and he's sneezing and snorting.
This is the time, mine hits me at the spring, more so than the fall.
I get it in the spring and in the fall when the weather starts changing. It's a
Spring.
little late, it's typically October-ish, but
Spring just tears me up anymore. Gets worse every year.
I think
Ready.
it's official time.
all right. The Park Board of the City of Gun Barrel City, Texas will meet in a regular meeting in City Hall Council Chambers located at 1716 West Main Street, Gun Barrel City, Texas on Monday, November 10th, 2025 at 4:00 p.m. This meeting is called to order. Can I have a roll call on my right? Yes.
Shelby here.
Linda Tracy.
Frank Bonnet.
Caleb Johnson.
People are young. We have a quorum.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Caleb
Caleb? Last name?
Johnson.
Are we just adding?
it's gonna be part of y'all's goals conversation.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be
Awesome.
here to.
Wonderful. Okay. So, item 3A, consider and take action to approve the September 8th, 2025 meeting minutes. Do we have any discussion? Did everybody have a chance to look those over? All right.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
All right.
Is the recorder going? I'm used to it being kind of in the middle of. Yep, it's going.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Vote from, all right.
Shelby, yes.
Tracy, yes.
Frank, yes.
Young, yes. Okay, motion passes, I guess is what we say. Item 3B, consider and take action to approve the October 14th, 2025 meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
Motion it. To
I'll second it.
Oh, great. I have a vote from my right.
Shelby, yes.
Tracy, yes.
That's my left. I've been saying right.
Stage right.
To the left. Well, to our normal left.
There we go.
Or our odd left.
Frank, yes.
Young, yes. All right, so motion carries on that one. All right, item 3C, discussion regarding park board goals and budget.
All right, so I told Laura I would kick this off. First off, we have Caleb here. Caleb is a member of the Boy Scouts. He's working on his Eagle Scout project. And so we just kind of slid this in. We were going to already be talking about goals. So I'm going to let Caleb tell you a little bit about his project, what he wants to do, where he wants to do it, and kind of what kind of budget help he's looking for. But I'm going to let him go first, and then Caleb will stay here as long as we need him. But then we can kind of talk about bigger goals and budgets and all that good stuff. So, floor is yours, sir. Tell them who you are and why you're here.
My name's Caleb Johnson. I'm here for my goggle ball for my Eagle project. For my Eagle project. I thought about building a goggle ball pit for the Gun Barrel City for all the kids and stuff, so they could play.
What is it again?
A goggle ball pit.
Goggle ball?
Gaga
ball.
Gaga ball.
Yeah.
Tell them what Gaga Ball is, Caleb. He had to explain all this to me, so.
And Gaga is in G-A-G-A?
Yes.
G-A-G It's basically where you have to, it's like soccer, but you're in a pit, and you gotta hit it with your hand. So it's like what Naveen made in Tamarack. So it's just where you're in a ring, you gotta pass the ball to each other. If the ball hits your foot, then you're out of the game. So,
Highly
Let me see if I
popular.
can find a.
Is it?
yeah, it's very popular.
If y'all want to watch a quick little video,
The word Ga in Israeli, so it's invented in Israel. Ga means hit. All right, so Ga ball, hit ball. The idea is that you strike the ball, you hit the ball with directional intent, so you're aiming it at other players to make the ball come in contact with them from knee below. If it hits you anywhere from your knee all the way down to your toes, you are eliminated from the game. This is our Gaga ball pit. If you are eliminated from the game, you will exit through the pit and stand on the outside and help officiate the game to make sure that nobody is cheating. To start the game, one student will stand in the middle and they'll hold the ball above their head and they will tell everybody, hand on the wall lets me know that you're ready. Once everybody has their hand on the Gaga ball wall, the player in the middle will drop the ball and everybody will say together with the first 3 bounces, Ga ball.
hand on the wall.
Oh, that's hard,
Yes.
because your feet are there. Oh, that's cool.
All right,
It's good.
so now you get the gist, Gaga ball. Caleb, all you. I had to go watch a video.
Yeah.
He spent 20 minutes trying to describe to me how it worked, and I went and watched it.
So I thought about building it right there at the pavilion, right there in Gun Barrel, right behind the pavilion where the water fountain is for it. So it's out of the park area and it's just right there. It'd be right there. It all depends on what size you want to build it.
Excuse me for a second, are you
Yeah.
talking about the pavilion behind, or the fire station?
right by the Longmore racetrack.
Yeah.
Fire
Yeah,
station.
there, right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
So I thought about right there. It all depends on what size like you want to go. If you want like a big one, or if you just want a regular size Gaga
Take 2
ball.
and pass it around. It's a map of the park.
You can do it by 10 foot. You can do it by 20 foot. It doesn't really matter. It's however you want to build it basically. We can and so it's just it all really. I just needed to know if y'all would like to.
One thing
What
Caleb
is it?
proposed, take 2 of those, Linda, and pass it around. Those are just park maps. so
Oh,
you can
I'm
orient
sorry.
it. Yeah.
Here you go.
So one thing Caleb recommended is doing, when he and I visited, was doing 2 10 by 10, 2 smaller ones. Then they could be taken apart and potentially moved, right?
Yes,
So like
yeah.
if we had an event at the amphitheater, or we wanted to move the Gaga ball pits down there, we could.
Or if we wanted to take them and put them in the new right by the new the police station, that new building right there, we can also bring them in there.
Yeah, so that was an option, or doing a larger one. I don't have any experience.
Can
I know y'all have one in Tamarack. I don't know how big yours is.
Can I ask a question? If you bought 2 smaller ones, can those 2 smaller ones be made into a big one?
Yes, it can.
Okay,
Yeah, so.
because
so-
10 by 10 sounds small to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what Caleb is gonna do as part of his project is actually build these.
Yeah.
He has somebody to donate the wood.
Yes, I do. I have Canton Lumber.
Okay, so Kent Lumber's gonna donate the wood for him.
Which,
So,
who?
Canton Lumber and Canton.
Canton, okay.
Yes.
so what he's looking for is some help with the stuff, right?
Like money
The-
and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I have everything all the money listed out, all the parts and everything that I would need. I would need the hangers I need the brackets for it to build it. I need the pit wall covers so nobody gets hurt. And I need wood screws basically. So it's
And then what about the flooring?
we could use dirt. We could use basically anything. I mean, dirt, mulch, sod. We could use really anything.
What did y'all use in Tamarack?
They use sod, or it was artificial
What
grass.
artificial turf? Yeah.
Artificial turf.
Artificial.
Yeah.
Artificial
Yeah.
turf, yeah.
So and the Parks Department can help with some of that. How much will it cost you, Caleb, for all the things that you need?
35, 10, 25, 150.
70,
So I basically just need from here.
let me see.
So 35, 10, 450 to 260, 250.
So 450, 460,
470,
about $500.
about 500 just east of me, that's,
Oh, so, have a calculator.
yeah.
Let's do
I'm
this.
not, math is not,
It's probably gonna be close to $1,000.
yeah.
Of what he would need from Parks.
What,
Yes.
what other fundraising have you done?
I haven't decided anything.
We have I have a potential donor from Walmart, and
Yeah.
he's willing to help, but
Yeah.
he wanted us to come here first,
And make sure
and then
everything
we'll
was
go back
so,
to the donor at Walmart and see.
So it's about $750, if he gets the wood donated.
that's,
But one thing I wanted was Caleb, I mean, I think it's a great idea. Any things we can add to our parks, for kids to play this. I don't know, Laura.
All the time.
Tamarack has added one,
All the
and
time.
I've heard a lot about it, and I think people go there and play.
They do.
I agree, maybe we build a 20 by 20 that can be shrunk to two 10 by 10s. That way it's big enough that 10 by 10 is a little space for
It is.
kids.
I
So,
mean, how many
you know,
kids you gonna
maybe
get in there?
he wants to put it kind of behind in the grass, behind the pavilion, which there on that map is the little double green lines right above that, if you're looking at that, next to, or to the, like, the playground is at the end of pavilion, right there, or maybe next to the playground.
there's something just right over there in that area.
Yeah, like basically, this is the pavilion, that is the playground, maybe right here at the corner by the playground. Or right here by the playground. We could figure out where right there by the playground, but
Yeah.
close to the playground, close to the pavilion when you've got a lot going on, but, so he wanted to just come and see how the park board felt about that. You guys are the park, I mean, you kind of help us make decisions about that, so is that something, we were having the conversation about goals and budget today, so it was something I thought we should talk about, and, you know, if he's gonna need $750, is the parks board willing to contribute some of their budget to that? Maybe you're willing to contribute 500 and Caleb's gotta go fundraise another 250 or whatever, right? So, just to kind of get some feel for that, so Caleb has a path forward. Once he has that path forward, then he'll work with me and he might get $400 from Walmart, right? And then he only needs a few hundred, so, that's really one of the things I wanted to talk about as part of our goals. We can excuse Caleb from the table, keep talking about the other things you want to do and come back to it, but I wanted that conversation to be on the table to start with, because kids love it. I've never played it. I've never seen it played. I know
Yeah.
my Parks and Rec staff played it in Rowlett. They would go to Garland, who had a Gaga pit, and play, like, on a Wednesday night. That's what they did, kind of like Ultimate Frisbee or something else. They would go play Gaga ball, but it's,
Tournament opportunities would be
yep,
good.
there are
That's-
tournament opportunities and a lot of
My
things.
view
so-
is if the city is willing to let us use the land,
Oh, yeah.
and he's getting most of the stuff made and donated, well, I don't see why we couldn't be a grown-up park and add a little money to help him. I mean, we're not looking at thousands, we're only
Yeah.
looking at a few hundred,
Yeah.
and something that's extremely popular,
Yeah.
so I agree with him.
Yeah, but I'll mention our lodge has a kids' summer camp down in the hill country. Number of activities, huge pool, they've got a ropes course, they've got all kinds of stuff they do. The number one activity that the kids, both boys and girls, like the most and report every single year they like the most is Gaga ball. So it's hugely popular.
Very,
I'll
very.
also say, and I'm not sure what, this isn't any, I'll also say it's the reason for most of the trips into the first aid station. And I do think that that's something we need to be thinking about, you know, in terms of signage
Yeah.
or anything that we may put up
Well, we
around
also-
it. But that's not at all me, I think we should absolutely do it.
But what is the rules for, like at the skateboard deal,
Yeah.
if something happens
And
there?
I think that's one of the reasons, one
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Caleb's biggest
Yeah, I'm-
expensive is like the mats, like the thing that goes around the top, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then, yeah, it's that and, it's like if I can get some extra money, from Walmart or something, I can go and get the rules made for me. Get the rules, like I can buy the whole rules packet
Yeah.
and just mount it to the deal.
Yeah.
That's what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naveen has his in his little plaque from his Eagle Project deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Uh,
too.
And Lowe's may give you some money too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Lowe's has got community grants as well.
Yeah.
You said those probably give you, so
Yeah.
they'll even
So-
have helpers.
Yeah, so if the board is, you know, amenable to participating in this, with Caleb, then what we can do is you guys can, as we talk through this, kind of set a cap on, hey, we're willing to spend up to X. And then I can work with Caleb and his mom, to make sure they have that, and then he just goes out and fundraises for the rest of it, and then we'll get him on a schedule
I
to
say
get
a
that
cap.
installed. Huh?
If we're just supposed to be talking, I say a cap is $750. And that should get him
It's up to you guys.
really close to what he needs, without having to worry that, you know, little stuff. Because then when it comes down to the end, there's always the trim, the little stuff.
Sealing it.
And
all
that's
that
what
good
really
stuff.
bites you in the butt, because you already spent on the big stuff.
So-
But these are all just my,
Yeah. Kayla, why don't you give us a little bit of time? You can hang around, or you can go if you want, whatever y'all need to do, and then give me a call tomorrow and I'll have a decision from the board for you.
Okay.
Deal?
Yep.
All right, you know where to find me.
Yep. Thank y'all
nice
so
to meet
much.
you,
Nice
thank you for the
project.
idea.
This
Thank
is
you.
great.
Very good idea.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
You bet.
Proud of you for getting it.
Yeah.
I got Eagle in '83. I had them back
Hey.
then.
Aw, how cool.
So Caleb has been working on this a while. He was slated to come to a meeting and his mom got pneumonia. And I didn't really know, and then we moved a meeting, and so this kid has been kind of hashing out there, waiting on this to talk about it. I've done a lot of Eagle Scout projects in my Parks and Rec career, partnering with the kids, and you know, it's always fun to give them a little bit of money, but have them go out and kind of,
Yeah.
I've done some where they raised 100% of the money, right?
Yeah.
And so I want you to keep that in mind too. We have the money, do we just give Caleb the money? Cause I was like, he wanted all of it, and I'm like, bro, you gotta go find some lumber or something, right? Like, let's be honest, you gotta work for this a little bit, so.
I think he
that's
needs
part of
to
it.
work a little more on his own end of some
Yeah.
fundraising.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just us doing.
Yeah, so, and that would be my only thing, is we go through this and we start to talk about it at the end, and kind of what you all decide, think about that, because part of my experience, I've never been an Eagle Scout. You have one here that could probably give you a lot of information, but part of my experience with working with them is, it's about working with the community to raise money and get the product and do all those kinds of things, and so that might be my advice, but other than that, that's one option. The whole point of this kind of setting goals is, I think it will make the rest of the year much more effective for the board, if you all know kind of what you want to do, right?
course.
You have the Gaga Ball pit, it's out there. You have event participation. Is the board still interested in participating in things like Christmas and Halloween and those things? You also have talked about doing your own, like starting an annual event like Arbor Day. And then the goal, and then council has kind of looked at, they would like to kind of look at the entire park, several of the council members, which is why you have a map. So there are some things on that map, it's not intended to be confusing, but EDC owns some park property, the city owns some park property. There is some surrounding property that's kind of in green that the city owns, but isn't really part of the park per se. I put the fire station and the police station and the new community center on there, so you could kind of see. That entire top part is owned by the EDC. The lawnmower track and the area surrounding the lawnmower track down toward the pavilion, a big chunk of that is owned by the EDC. The EDC isn't actively looking to sell that, I don't think. I think the EDC is even looking about how do we better partner with the city on making the park better. But that's just is what it is. Those things are owned by the EDC. So that's something we always kind of keep in the back of our mind, and it's only fair as park board that you all know that. So one thing a couple of council members have asked about is they would love to see a food truck park. And they would love to somehow integrate into the park a food truck park, where you got people that were parked there for longer term. More, if you've been to the new Tool Park, Tool kind of designated an area, but that was kind of an afterthought. This would have water and have sewer and have it run to where the spots are so that when somebody got parked there, they can park there 30 or 60 days and not have to move, right? They can dump, they can do everything, but where we might have picnic tables and that kind of thing where parents could come out. So I kind of put together a map. I kind of kicked around. Some of you know that we reduced the size of the helicopter landing pad. When we redid it, we went from 200 by 200 to 100 by 100, so I put up a new fence. I made it the minimum size that they needed to land the biggest helicopter they're ever going to land, which is a children's hospital helicopter. And that opened up some more free space for parking and some things like that. So maybe even right there is water and sewer at the fire station. There's not a lot of places that we have water and sewer, and so we have to kind of be a little creative. But maybe that's something this group would really like to work on the next couple months is, hey, is this something we want or need, and where would we do that? So I kind of I brought those maps just so you would have them to start ticking your brain. But I think that's the kind of thing, what else is the park missing, or long range, like what kind of capital improvement programs would we put at that park if we had the money to do that, or if we had the desire to do that? So that I will then kick it back to y'all to kind of talk about. Just really, they don't have to be a big deal, but setting some goals about, hey, we want to continue to focus on pickleball. You guys have about $7,000, it's almost $8,000 already raised to go toward refurbishing the tennis courts. That's something this board started 18, 19, 20 months ago, was really doing some stuff at events to help raise funds. That goes into our park special account. It's earmarked specifically for refurbishing the tennis courts. That's about a $30,000 price tag for that. So, you can take all your money plus that and keep doing that. So just really opening the door for you all to start talking about, we don't have to do all that today, but over the next 11 months, what is it this board would like to accomplish? Because it will make us making sure our agendas are on track and making sure everybody's on the same page much easier. So you have subcommittees, right? You have a grant and fundraising subcommittee, you have community outreach, you have events. But what are those things those subcommittees then want to work on? And I'll put it back to y'all to have that conversation.
I just have a statement.
Yeah.
Our park is so big, and it just feels not very intimate. So I almost feel like we need to like this and build out. Does that make any sense? So, if you put like what you were talking about, the food, if we could have it more central, and then,
Yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah,
that, if you know what I'm saying. or
I
not.
do know
You're
what
talking
you're
about central, have you ever been to the Maybank food court?
I've been to the Maybank Park, and I've been to I've been to that's,
Where they have the food trucks?
that's at the,
Yeah, that's small and intimate,
Yeah.
something to
I-
consider
I
about a little
think-
stage.
I think one thing to think about with our park is the fact that it's spread out is kind of neat. A lot of community parks across the nation are spread out like this.
okay.
Small neighborhood parks tend to be everything kind of in one location close together. The benefit to our park being as spread out as it is, you can have a lot of things going on and they don't necessarily conflict with another. You can have a lot more races and the pavilion rented and a baseball tournament, and none of those things really hurt the other. We have plenty of parking, we have plenty of, so that would be my only, something to think about is, it is really spread out, but we also have to think about where do we put stuff, right? Because you don't have, like, if you are interested at all in adding a food truck park, if this group wants to, I'm gonna have to work on it regardless, so if you want to work on it, that's great. But, you know, you want that where you still have plenty of parking, but it's easily accessible from the pavilion and from the baseball fields, the two highest use items.
Right.
So that's just a thought on that. Our park is very spread out, but you could have lawnmower races, pavilion rental, an event at the amphitheater, people playing pickleball, and
And
never
plenty of
those
parking.
things bother each other, and you have plenty of parking. So, which is something that doesn't always happen in parks.
So where are you thinking on this one? That
Just
would be-
today, I think we just decide if that's something you guys are interested in doing, and then we can start taking it apart and thinking, okay, let's put this on the agenda and talk about a food truck park, or let's put kind of 75,000 foot level, what does this board really want to work on?
I guess my initial thoughts are the costs associated with whatever infrastructure we put in go beyond what we have budgeted for.
Absolutely.
So this is what would our role be if? we
Kind
were
of deciding where and how many and what the layout looks like. We can install water and sewer with public enhancement dollars, so we have funding in another place to install that. That wouldn't have to come out of your budget necessarily. But, looking at location, how many slots, what, do we have do we build some kind of little stage? Do we not build a stage? Do we put in picnic tables? Is it just grab and go? Cause there's both kinds, right? There's just grab it and go find somewhere in the park to hang out, and then there's, hey, here's some seating area. That's something that we don't have funding for, so we might start with just spots, but, so, really just the advisory nature of what y'all do for council to give them some advice. Hey, we're Parks Board, here's what it's a great idea, but here's what we recommend, right? So,
When you said stage, you mean like a mini amphitheater type thing?
kind of, if you've ever been to the Maybank one kind of has just like a stage off to the
Right.
side, right? Where they
So it would-
it's tiny and they might have
It's probably 12 by 12.
somebody 10 by 10, 12 by 12, have somebody up
Has a
there just
roof on
playing
it.
or whatever on a
One
Friday
side's
night.
open, yeah.
So,
It's a cute little stage, but you know, and this girl over there plays a lot.
yeah.
But I mean, with that in mind, the first thing that has always popped in my head when I think of food truck yard at the park is that it would be in that parking area that has electrical hookups behind the amphitheater, so that it would couple with something that's going on with the amphitheater. That, you know, it could be a Ventra, because there's a little, like, liver kidney shaped pool type
Yeah.
area back
So-
there with individual hookups for
Yeah.
when bands and things like that come in.
So I guess again, is that a thing that this group would like to have a discussion about or not? And then we can start to talk about where and when and how and all of that. I think in council's mind, it is a more permanent structure where it's easily accessible. I can whip up, I can jump out, I can get lunch, I can grab it and take it back to work. Or I could grab it and hang out there.
Are they gonna
right?
pay rental?
But is that up here at the 75,000 foot level, not for us to decide today, is that something this board wants to play a role in or not?
Are they gonna be paying rent?
Again, we don't know any of those details.
Oh, I mean, and that would've helped me make my decision more.
No, at a 75,000 foot level over the next year, is that something this board wants to help plan or not? And then we're gonna have to dig into, do they pay rent and where would it go and how long do
It
they
would be
stay
that too,
and
yeah.
all those details. So,
I feel like as far as building community, we should be a part of it, but just,
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, go all the way and really do it. If you just have some pad sites and nothing else, no other support infrastructure around, it's not gonna be very nice. You know, you're gonna need picnic tables and all that other stuff, and that would
Is
probably be.
this something that we could possibly afford for this year, or are we gonna have to put it in another fund
I think
basket
it's-
like the
At this point,
tennis?
are you guys willing to have a deeper conversation
Yeah.
about it or not?
Yeah,
Is my question.
Yeah. think
I
that-
am.
Yeah, okay?
Yeah.
We'll start, I'll start making a list and then we'll kind of narrow that down, because you only want like 4 items or maybe 5 that. And then
Okay.
Gaga Pit, is that something that you guys are interested in talking more about?
Sure, yeah.
And that one, I kind of, before the end of the meeting, will need to kind of say, hey, we need to talk about this much money, and then we can work out some more details at our next meeting. Event participation, is that something you all want to continue over the next year?
Yeah, I guess we've got one coming up
Yeah.
before the next meeting.
With the Christmas thing.
Yeah, it's Christmas parade. The Christmas parade would be before our next meeting, right?
Yep. Arbor Day, I know you guys have kind of started talking about putting together your own event.
Yeah.
We're committed to that
Yeah.
if the board is. In fact, they just opened up to reserve the Forester. Just
Nice.
So
What else? What else is something this board, do you want to continue to raise funding to resurface those tennis courts and reline them? I'll tell you, I had a extensive conversation with USTA. They watched our meeting and heard Gilbert, somebody from USTA saw our meeting and heard Gilbert's update about raising money to resurface. And they immediately called me and started sending us all emails about USTA is here, and I'm like, I'm gonna line them with pickleball lines. And they instantly are like, nope, we don't do pickleball at all. So they're only willing to give us money if it will only be used for tennis.
But there's pickleball associations that will also help.
Potentially, right.
So you're just gonna apply for
yeah.
them, yeah.
USTA is the one that reached out to me specifically following that meeting. Is that a focus this board wants to keep? Is on working toward resurfacing those pickleball /tennis courts.
I think we're too late, because everybody I play with now goes over to the other one over there.
You're never too late.
Okay,
Trust me, build it and they will come.
okay.
They're still playing down here.
yeah, same.
But the big group Wednesdays and the big group Saturday mornings goes over there.
Yeah, they're still playing down here, because I get
Yeah.
messages from them all the time that says,
I
hey, we're
see 'em
playing
'cause
tomorrow
I go
night
work
at
out all
5:30,
the
so.
time.
Maybe you look at US Pickleball and those places that have grants, and see if you can get them to grant the replacement.
Yeah, so is that something we're interested in continuing the conversation about? Funding the resurfacing of the pickleball /tennis courts?
how much do we have already going? Is it 7?
It's between 7,000 and 8,000, I don't have it right here in front of me, but it's between 7,000 and 8,000.
I think we need to find out how much the boy needs and how much, if we're gonna do this food truck ordeal, you know, we need to see how much that stuff before we start adding.
Yeah, so you gotta
To
remember,
other
right?
funds.
Right, and so I was talking to Laura earlier, the board gets $10,000, right?
Right.
But then you do these events where you also raise money. So July Fest, they raise money at the bounce houses, and this, they raise money. And for about 15 months, everything they raised money for was to resurface the pickleball court.